I don't know. I may just sit in my living room.
I know that's what we're doing nowadays.
I mean, anytime y'all ready.
We get dressed up. Can y'all get my new boots? We want to show off our boots. Can we show off our boots?
Boots. Look at these
new boots.
Bam.
Look. Yeah.
For the fall. I'm ready for the fall.
Y'all see my boots?
We got it.
All right. So what's going on? Good week. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? What's popping? What's popping, Trey?
That's gang term.
What's popping?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't know that. Cause you say what's popping and they say popcorn. All right,
Who says that?
What's up?
No, wait, stop. Who says that? Trey, who says that?
I did.
don't know who said
Why I gotta be like everybody
You said
else?
they.
They is me, myself, and I. That's all I got.
Mom, do you think that's hot? Like, do you think that's hot?
What?
Just popping popcorn? You think that's hot, don't you?
No, I just say, hey, listen, it's COVID. I'm trying to keep my mind together, okay? I do
that's
whatever
true.
it takes.
That's
and I'm
true.
going insane trying to stay sane. But anyway,
Well,
it's
yeah,
good to
that's
see
true.
you. It's good to see you.
It's good to see everybody.
You had a good week. Hey, y'all. Perfectly Incomplete Podcast. Imogene, the host.
Trema.
Co-host. And
Alex.
I'm just the off-screen guy. I don't even have a name.
And Alex is in the building. Why are you doing that?
Because I was telling you what episode it was.
Oh, it's episode 30. I know that.
Oh, I was just...
It's
just in case you
episode
didn't
30,
know.
everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in and joining us. You can see it's been a crazy week. I'm a little discombobulated. Great episode.
Thank
Last episode, you and your mom.
Yeah.
Y'all really, you brung it. Been getting a lot of good feedback. A lot of people say we just scratched the surface.
I feel like we did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you feel afterwards?
I felt good afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we've already been through our troubled time
Yeah.
that now we can talk about it without it being, hurtful. Because I love my mom.
I know you do.
And it's like she's the foundation of everything. So it's like I love my mom. And I know she loves her mom. And it just all trickles down to my babies and everything like that. So it's like... I'm just happy that we have our starting process of our own bond.
Right. I'm happy that you all bring it to the table. And we did just scratch the surface. Mm-hmm. I've been talking to some people and they were saying, oh, that was great. But that is a thing because relationships, people bugging with relationships.
Yeah.
And you all brung it. You were very vulnerable with boundaries. But you were honest and you spoke truth. And I appreciate both of you all for that.
Thank you.
And speaking of truth, which I'm like, really, what is that? What is truth? Because it seems to be a shortage of that these days.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Let's just...
Wait, hold on. Why you looked at me when she said that, Trayvon?
Oh.
You saw how Trayvon looked at me? She's like, there seems to be a shortage of that. Trayvon said, I said, Jesus.
Well,
what did I do?
You over there lying?
No,
what?
I don't know. You should, what's up, Trayvon?
I just looked at him.
Nah, you see, she locked eyes. She made eye contact for real.
Okay,
Maybe there's somebody out there. Maybe if the shoe fits and
That's
you felt
the
like
camera.
that.
That's the camera.
Which one she need to look at?
What's her camera? That's her camera right there?
Okay, but it does seem to be a shortage of truth. And, like, there's so many things going on. I just came back, like, last night trying to escape from this. And, I just tapped into the media a little bit. Okay, what's going on? What we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hash this in the ground, but people just lying from government to politics to entertainment to healthcare to everything, right? And without hashing it out, I got to talk about this. The Megan, the Stallion, the Stallion, and the Tory Lanez.
We're here again. Are we here again?
We got to be
We
here
have
again.
to be here again, Alex. We have to
gotta.
be here again.
And truth, my thing is she's speaking out a spokesperson for women and how we should be empowered. And I'm right there with you, Meg.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
But I kind of do got a problem because you got to practice what you preach and you got to be true to what you're saying. And you're saying, yeah, women, we don't get taken serious and this and that. And I agree with you. But, like, I'm not feeling the integrity because that thing with you and Tory Lanez, it's some lies going on.
So there's a lot of lies, it seems like. But it's a lot because I watched the live and I was like excited because I'm a fan of his. Like, I'm a total fan of his.
Where?
I know you're aware, but I'm going to tell you again. Like, I watched it. I sat there 8 o'clock on the dot. I was watching the live and I was just like, if he would have did this in the beginning around the same time that she did it, I don't know if I would have believed him, like in a sense of like how he was coming for everything that she said in the live in the beginning. But then a lot of the stuff made sense why he couldn't say anything. But to me, it's just like, I'm glad that he did it because then it gives me...
You're glad that he shot her?
No, not that part. Just the fact that he... No, I would never...
Yo, where did that come from?
No, I'm like...
Jesus,
No,
Mary
not... I don't agree with that, but I agree that with the part of him just voicing his side
That
of
he
the story.
allegedly shot her.
He allegedly shot her, but didn't really shoot her. I don't believe he did it, but him actually finally speaking out about it, it makes me as a fan feel a lot comfortable. Like,
really? He didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything new. I watched that live, and
Don't try to steal my point.
no, everybody. He didn't really say anything. He was just basically pointing out what was being reported on story.
Right.
Seemed to me he was just laying out his legal case. He was debunking. So he didn't really add anything. I think he gave more in the album than he did.
I feel like he gave more emotion in the album. Instead of more of... Now he's just... Now because he can speak about it, and his lawyers probably gave him the okay to say, you can say social media or anything like that, then it's kind of like cut and dry, but
he still ain't say nothing. He didn't say I did it. He didn't say... He's saying
well,
he
I
didn't
don't think
do
he
it.
really can say that he did it, because then he'll go to jail, right?
Right, but he didn't say he didn't do it either.
Tory did.
Right.
He did say that he didn't do it. Tory.
Something happened.
Tory's still not allowed to talk about this.
Yeah.
And I get it. So
Like
what?
he's not allowed to talk about it. Tory didn't introduce any new information. He introduced information that was already out there.
Yeah.
He didn't tell a personal story and say, this is what happened.
Right.
All he did was direct the fans to articles, direct the fans
Right.
to reports that
He's
TMZ.
proving his case. He's
Yeah.
helping him, trying to help himself out.
He was very strategic the way that he went about his life.
His
You know
lawyer
what I'm
told
saying?
him to do that.
His lawyer was probably sitting there
I ain't
behind the
mad.
camera.
I don't think his lawyer did, Mom.
Oh,
Honestly,
please.
I don't think I don't think a lawyer would say, "Hey, go on Instagram and talk to your fans and your
Sure
fans."
they would.
I don't see how it would help his case. I don't see
think
how
it would help his case, but it would help keep his fans. Some people are probably upset that he allegedly shot her.
But I don't think that's his lawyer's concern. I think his lawyer's concern is about what goes on in court. I want to win a case. Like
Exactly.
Well, why do you feel that because what does his lawyer have to gain by telling Tory to go live and talk to his fans?
His lawyer is not the one that's being accused. Tory is being accused. And
Right.
so, I figured Tory didn't say anything initially because official charges were filed. So you'd be crazy to say something. And then you drop an album, right?
Yeah.
And then you come back and now you're talking. You're not adding anything. He's acting like a lawyer himself. His lawyer may not have anything to gain personally except trying to win this case. And Tory is helping him with his millions of fans, and he's pointing them to it's not what happened. It's really what you can prove. Right. We know that.
Right,
And
right.
so when he's pointing out all the inconsistencies, and regardless of even if a lot of his fans are not believing it, the whole world is listening to this, and you can't dispute what's already been said.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know.
Something happened.
I don't, and because I don't want to come off as insensitive. So
Right.
I don't want to say whether or not I believe that he did it or not. I don't, because in the event that he did shoot Megan, I don't want to be that guy that's like, I don't believe her. You know what I'm saying? So many times we have women specifically being offended, and that's the first thing people say, oh, she lying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to necessarily come off and say whether or not I think he did it. I do agree with you when you said that there seems to be something unclean in the milk. Like somebody lying, the dots aren't connecting. I agree with that sentiment. But I think, and I told you what my issue was regarding Tory, away from whether or not I think he did it, I think the one thing that I think is just messed up is the fact that when Megan initially said what she said about Tory shot me, nobody gave Tory the opportunity to speak.
No one did.
And shouts out to Joe Budden. I love Joe Budden. I love Maul, but their stance on, he dropped an album. I'm not listening to the album. I don't want to hear what he has to say in an album. And it's almost like people are treating him as if he's guilty. And for the fans, because fans are ignorant in stupid to a degree. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Fans are stupid. They just sway. They go along with the internet, right?
Yeah.
It let me know that it let me know who's actually sat in a courtroom and who hasn't sat in a courtroom. Because one of the first things that the lawyer tells you is shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't say anything at all. So for fans saying, we want to hear from you, tell your story. If you're not lying, tell your story. Even if you are innocent, they literally use anything that you say against you. If you go and you tell a story and say, this is what happened. I didn't shoot her. Somebody shot at the ground. And
you're providing information.
You're providing information. So that means that they take that to court. And even if the slightest thing is off, they use that against you. So for the fans talking about something, and I'm sorry for rambling. This is your podcast. My bad. But I just emotional.
We're good.
For the fans talking about something, yo, I want to hear from you. You making an album. I get why Tory made the album. I understand it. Tory made the album because he didn't directly come out and call her name. He didn't directly come out and be really specific, but he was alluding to a situation. It's harder for a defense attorney to use music when you're alluding to something but not being specific. It's harder for them to use that in the court of law. It's hard.
It's harder. They can't prove it, but it has been done.
Yeah.
Whereas people, they connect the dots with what's going on in real life with what your music, what you meant. And I guess if you don't come out and explicitly say, I love you, Megan, this, and that, but they still, in this criminal unjust system, they use what they want to use.
And they sure do.
And I just think something happened because there's like a missing piece. And I'm not even trying to get into who did what. Apparently something happened. My thing is, I'm just so shocked because, granted, I'm a woman, so I believe in women's rights and I believe in men protecting us. But like I said before, I got a problem with it. And now we learned from Tory, Rock Nation was involved, and I had said before, there's some influencers behind the camps that's saying do this and don't do this. But like I'm on a whole nother thing. We living in this world with COVID and all this racial unrest and all of this stuff. And I'll say it again. Here you got a black woman and a black man. And they're using it. In my opinion, that black woman is being used to bring this black man down. And how many white men have there been that, I'm not going to say they shot at somebody or whatever the case has been. Like, look at that Epstein guy, and all of his stuff, So, I mean, it's a lot of perverts that's in the White House and everything that's doing all kind of stuff. And when they were pitted against a woman, like that woman that had the hearing before the Senate, when she said one of the guys took her up in the room and he sexually assaulted her, they still elected him into the Congress.
Right.
And so
I know you were heated about that.
And here's my thing. When you got Tory Lanez, you got Megan. And she's two identities in one. You got a female and she's a black female. Right. So she represents two identities that have been oppressed and in the minority not treated right. And here you have a black male. And that's the part that gets me. I'll say it again, using this black lady to bring this black man down. I'm not saying he's innocent, guilty, or whatever. How come you don't do that with white guys? I don't see y'all pitting white people against each other like that. With Bill Cosby, people came forward, but some of them was white. Anybody that done went down, they're victims and have been of non-color. So I look at it like that. I don't know what happened. Something happened. I agree that Tory did something. And I do believe, based upon the story, that maybe they was going to hash it, deal with it privately. And I believe Meg's camp, somebody behind there was like, no, this ain't going down. There's some truth maybe to what she's saying and what he's saying. And I'm a woman. I'm all about feminism and women's rights. But real is real, and the facts don't line up. The way somebody is coming at that brother, and something happened. Granted, in my opinion, I wasn't there. I don't believe he's totally innocent. But she ain't being totally truthful. And for her to step up and speak out about women, it's making me wonder about you now, Meg, because I don't know if I can listen to you. Because at least tell me the truth. Be authentic.
Yeah.
But there's some shade in the game, so I don't want to hear you speaking out.
It appears. You're saying it appears.
It appears, yeah.
Yeah, it does appear.
Because I don't know her.
Shade.
Right.
And I'm not trying to get like really invested because that's these people's life. I ain't in it like that.
Yeah.
But granted, if you're going to be a role model, you're someone who can make a difference Like, we tired of lies. You know, we want real people to be authentic.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come out with anything, he can't speak because it is. But if you want to come out and tell, you know, put it out there, fill in the gaps. And then now you ain't talking about she wasn't in a relationship with him. Come on, girl.
I don't know what relationship she was in. She was in a relationship. She had to have been in a relationship.
They was kicking it.
They was kicking it. They was sleeping together. Like it was an emotional tie to each other. Like somehow.
Like I don't know what Tory would have to gain by Tory's
lying
the biggest
about it.
Artist. Yeah, the biggest artist. Why would he humiliate himself by lying about being with another one of the biggest artists in music? Like that don't make sense to me. But and I'm with you. Like you tell one lie, then it makes me start to question you. It makes me start to say, what else are you lying about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
it does.
Again, I'm not here saying that I'm not here saying that she's telling the truth. I'm not here saying that she's lying. Because in time, I guess the truth will come to the light. We'll see. I'm gonna pay close attention to this because it is important. It is important. Like, I hate to see anybody going, against each other, but specifically Black people. Like, I say it all the time. We have enough problems. Right. We have enough stuff that we're facing and dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, any opportunity that there is to make Black people going at each other the focus, as opposed to what's been going on since the beginning of the time and other people going at Black people and destroying Black people, any opportunity there is to distract from that fact and put it on Black people. So it's almost like when people always talk about Black people being shot by the cops and stuff like that, and then they want to take the conversation and change it to, well, Black on Black crime and X, Y, and Z to kind of distract from the focus. Any opportunity that there is to do that.
And that's what's happening right now, whether they realize it. And I don't care who their camps are. I don't care because they rich and whatever the case may be. I got a brain. I'm rich up here. Right. Yeah. And I know how to look at stuff and analyze and critique. And I think their stuff is a distraction. Everybody's like focusing their attention on it. I'm interested in it too, because I want to know what's going on. We got bigger issues in the world and people are dying. You know what I'm saying? And the world is or a certain group of people are being focused on Tory and Megan when it's a whole bunch of other crap that's going on. But even bigger than that, you're speaking about women and in my opinion, if you're allowing, ain't no if. You're allowing somebody to manipulate your thinking to take the actions that you're taking. I believe that. I'll go to the grave saying that. And I may be wrong.
Listen, just for the record, that's Mom saying, that's Imogene Simmons saying that. My stance is, Megan, if he indeed did shoot you, do what you got to do. I can't tell you how to handle it.
I feel like if he did do that, she should, when she had the opportunity to tell the cops everything, she should have told the cops everything.
I agree.
At that point. Because it's like, if I understand you're trying to protect another Black man per se, but it's just like, as a woman and as being a Black woman, you got to protect yourself. If you feel like a man can't protect you, you got to protect yourself.
Trema, if a man shoots you in both of your feet, are you protecting them?
Hell no. I'm protecting myself first.
That's if what allegedly had. And if you're going to just go there, since you're going by the narrative, like if you followed the reports and me, I'm so geeky, I went and read all the crap.
We know.
Well, I did.
Mom was like, she was writing a scholarly article. Mom was highlighting stuff.
She did all that.
No, because I sat and I think about it. Not that I'm so much in their life. Like, I'm really distressed. I really care about what's happening to groups of people.
Right.
I do. And I know it's not much I can do, but I do have values and I don't believe in hate and racism and all of that kind of stuff. And I believe in unity and I work toward. I expend my energy, my resources, my time. So it blows my mind to see what's happening. I'm not saying I'm against her. If she's a woman and she has been violated, I'm not giving him a pass. That's not what I'm saying. Something happened. He participated in something, but I read this stuff and just the timeline of how she did stuff. And for him to say he got a call from Rock Nation, he ain't lying because he wouldn't have put that out like that.
Yeah, because it doesn't gain him anything for saying that.
But you, all of a sudden, you ain't saying nothing. First you got glass in your foot, and then, then it just changes. And then, okay, since your publicist doing this, yeah, Tory shot me.
But when you say too many stories at one time and don't line up, people just start not to believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it's That's why it's really dangerous when you start talking too much, especially when you lying.
Well, she's silent now.
She's silent now, but it makes me wonder because if there was glass in her foot instead of a bullet in her foot, my thing is like, wouldn't you be wearing a boot? Like, or some sort, you can't do all them twerks and all them get lows and all that.
She's a professional
but
twerker.
No, listen, Mom.
She's a professional.
People be having babies
professionally
in
like in a boot and do that.
But Mom, listen though. Listen, when you break your foot, when you break your leg, I don't care if you are a professional.
Listen,
when you go to the doctor, they're gonna say, "Hey, listen, you need to sit down somewhere. Like you need to rest."
Yeah,
they're gonna tell you.
Listen, I've had my foot broken before.
Yeah, but it was fragments. So
fragments of what? Like,
they found shrapnel, and that's like little metal pieces from a bullet. But that's what I'm saying. If you read all of this stuff, something happened to her foot.
Something happened,
right?
but she's up there enough to twerk it all out. Like,
so that's not, like it's shade. It's shade in the game, man.
Yeah, because it's like, if he did shoot towards you and didn't actually really shoot you, but you got the fragments in your foot, that's something different. So a lot of people said in the beginning, like, he shot at her and then the bullets hit her, but it was the fragment pieces, like in the very, very beginning when it first happened. So it's like, technically, he said that he didn't say, but other people were saying that he did it to scare her.
And we'll never know. It's always she's saying, you know, just like, you read what's being written, and I still say I don't really care like about their life like that because they're not in my neighborhood. I mean, I care as people as a whole, but I'm not like I can be a fan, but I'm not trying to be in a business like that. Right. I think I'm concerned. I do care about people, individuals, and I care about us loving each other. And by the way, speaking of which, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, y'all. And this is obviously a case of domestic violence. I don't know what happened. They was in a relationship.
Who picked the month for the domestic violence?
I know.
Where did this come from?
I know for our state, Governor Cuomo made it official.
He made it official.
Because we be having a lot of themed months.
They have some organization too that just does it, and that's why I said if you want to make a day. Make your own day.
Listen, I'm about to write a letter. I'm about to
call
get
it wine drinking day. How about this?
I think there is a wine drinking day.
Right here today. Anytime I want to have it. How about that?
Trema, it's hard to keep up.
There's a lot of days, like, it is too much, but it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
And what they're involved in is a domestic violence situation because they was in a relationship, and I'm not
It's a very toxic relationship that they're trying to talk about, but they're not trying to talk about. She's trying to defend her side, and he's trying to tell his sad story, and it's just like, it's been done before. I'm
not gonna lie, the way it stands right now and the way it looks, and again, I'm not calling nobody a liar because I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. The way it looks, Tori is making more sense than she is as of right now. The way, like, just if we're going based off of
pointing to the facts. He's pointing to what's been written.
Like, what he's saying is making more sense right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good look. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if someone offends you, and you should learn from this, if someone offends you, if you're going to talk about it and you're going to go for it, go for it. If you're not, then shut up. Because what happens is when you go back and forth, you leave room for stuff like this to happen. Yeah. Like, and then, again, and I'm with black women. I'm with y'all. But y'all always say, yo, we want to be protected. We want to be protected. We want to be protected. I can't protect you if you're not trying to protect yourself. Yeah. You can't expect somebody else to do something for you that you're not doing for yourself.
Yep.
And in the end, it's going to come out like it said.
It is going to come out.
It's not what happened. Mm-hmm. It's what you can prove. Right. And based upon her own narrative, words out of her own mouth, you know, I don't know who their defense lawyers are. The words speak for themselves. Yeah. She was the first one to come out. Because I know if you shoot me, as soon as it happened, look, I'm telling. I'm not going to wait for however long that you waited. And if they decided to hash it out between themselves, and it would have seemed like that's what they did,
then it should have stayed between them two. And it shouldn't have gone to Instagram and Facebook and Live and Twitter and all that.
But I just think it's foul for her. And I'll say this. I believe in integrity. Even if you're going to be a jerk or a butthole, stick to your value of being a butthole. And I can respect you. Right. But if you say you're an honest person and it seems like you're telling lies, you don't have integrity. And I have a problem with that. So you're trying to protect the brother like he said. How you trying to protect him And now you're coming out with this stuff. But even bigger than that, she's a human being. She's young and she's learning and stuff like that. And I don't know her like that. I'm not the judge. This is just my perspective of her as being a woman. You're speaking out for other women and other women are looking up to you, but you're not being truly transparent and authentic. And so I can't follow you if there's gaps and you're holding something back to me. When you're keeping it real with me, Trima, and you're talking to me, you know, I can, even if you do wrong, I can handle that.
Because you told me, I told you the truth. I'm
but how you going to speak about women? You ain't even empowering yourself. Because if somebody hurt you, you're going to wait. If somebody shot you, you're going to wait 2 days. And we already said it. You're going to wait 2 days. Then you want to report. Now you coming after this man. It's just foul.
I'm not doing all that.
It's foul.
Judge Gina. I know you're saying the judge. You kind of look like a judge, though, with drip.
You kind of look like a judge today, though. Word. You look very domineering.
You got drip, though, but you look
what's drip?
Style.
Yeah.
Swag.
Thank you. But if I was a judge, people would be in trouble. You understand? I wouldn't want to be a judge.
I think the people that need to be in trouble would be in trouble. I don't think you would innocently send people away if you were like a judge.
Simmons be having days, boy.
No, it's like, I never want to be the judge. But usually this inside, it take a lot of making mistakes to get it. You can feel like there's a scripture that says your spirit bears witness. Yeah. It'll bear witness with truth. You know, it's like kindred spirits. That's I can tell if you lying to me because this will tell me I don't want to be no judge.
Judge Gina.
I don't want to, my eyes ain't good enough. I was thinking about going to school for law just to be doing something, but my eyes won't let me. But no, I'm not trying to judge nobody. I love both of them. I want to see us do better. At the end of the day, this crazy world we live in, it's about us as individuals, keeping ourselves together, becoming whole.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see for both of them. But when you out here moving like you moving, y'all doing this little stuff, you need to be focusing on the election. They're trying to suppress black people votes. And putting out this narrative about they frauding and stuff like that. It's a distraction, you know?
It is a very big distraction.
Before we get there, just got a PSA. Y'all young kids and y'all young adults who base y'all relationships on social media.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Like, don't do it. This crazy concept of, I want a man that's going to shoot me if I get out of line. It sounds crazy.
Who said that?
Girls be saying it. They be like,
girl?
"Yo,
you lying?"
Like, no, because it lets me know that he cares about me and X, Y, and Z. I want a man. I want a man that's jealous.
Ike and Tina fight each other because
that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Don't say that nowadays.
Young girls, like
12,
like
girls our age
like
too.
Grown women.
Yes, no, but they're not grown women.
Like in
age-wise,
they're grown women, but mentally is something wrong.
Because it's mostly the girls with daddy issues.
Somebody just shoot me and be like, "Oh, that's real love."
It's mostly the girls with daddy issues.
Which is a lot of people. Like that.
We gotta talk about that the next time because you and your mom came and you talked, and I got sons, right? And I would like to see it from the other side,
like having your sons talk.
to you. And even bring a guy, or I think that would be a rich and even Tori, not to get hung on. Even he mentioned it, like he said, he's not coming at Meg. He realized her mom is passed. He was very strategic, and he was coached.
Yeah,
and he was coached.
Of course, he was because he was like too smooth up there saying it. He didn't get emotional at all. Like in Meg's life, she's very emotional in hers.
I feel like Tori did what he felt like he needed to do to win people over. I do think he was genuine, but I agree with you. Yeah, like that nigga was smooth.
I don't blame him. This man's life is on the line. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
It's like you can be nice. Like I done been in situations and I struggle with it. Somebody do you wrong, you don't retaliate, right? And somebody doing some foul stuff, and I have to sit and debate. Do I want to respond? And I'm like going across my values. Imogene, you ain't this kind of a person. Right. Let it ride. But after a while, you be like, no, like they really coming for me. And at this point, I have to pick up the phone or pick up my coat and I got to do what I got to do. So I can understand, like I said, I don't know. And he ain't giving us no information, but he's not really ragging her. He said what he said. He didn't add nothing. And all she said was, this nigga is crazy. That's what she said on her Twitter.
Tweet.
This nigga no, he's not crazy.
But it's like, why are you saying that he's crazy now? Like, you didn't say that during her life. She didn't say that he was crazy. She just said, oh, he dry shot me. Yeah. He did this. He did that. But it's just like a lot more stuff is coming out and her story is starting to look less and less like it actually happened?
We're gonna know. We're gonna know soon.
If man, Tori, if she lying on you, I don't want Tori to do the same thing that Megan is doing, like trying to protect somebody. Because I know what it's like when you care about somebody and you try to protect them, even though they coming at you and slitting your throat.
Yeah, that's rough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man. At the end of the day, if somebody coming for you, if they are lying on you and they are, listen. I know you might have cared about them and X, Y, and Z. Nah. Hey, listen, man, you got to put that to the side because they ain't cared about you.
And once you get to court, like that's a wrap.
It's different.
No, really. Once you get to court,
once you get to court, it's like,
different.
Look, baby, I love you. I loved you. Because I can't love you. Like, my little feelings still hurting a little bit, but I have to tell them feelings, you better shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Because they got me in court. They trying to take me down.
For 22 years.
Yeah.
22 years for a charge that I may or may not have done.
Right.
I don't know. That's a lot of love.
That's if. Yeah, that's if you didn't do it, Tori. If she's lying, nah, don't nude. All that I care about you and stuff, that's beautiful.
Nah,
you gotta
learn
put that to the
lesson.
side.
Take that wound and
I think that's part of like some men don't understand that they can be like abused by a female. Like they don't see the signs of that. They be like, oh, she loved me, but she told on me. And oh, but she lied on me on top of that. And then now I'm doing jail time. They don't see it as, oh, it's domestic violence towards them. They just see it as, oh, she cares about me, but she had to do what she had to do. Like, there's only so much you can take mentally as a man or as a female. Like
mental illness. We all suffering from this coronavirus fog. That's what they calling it.
It's a fog now?
That's the clinical, what I'm hearing. My friend, she's a psychotherapist. We was hanging out the other day.
Yeah.
She was talking to me about some stuff. I didn't even know it was a thing. And she said, yeah, Imogene, it's called this coronavirus fog. That's what they refer to with everything going on.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
And fog is like
you're not clear
everywhere.
Yeah,
it's not clear, and it's depressing. Like it's very depressing, and it just like sneaks up on you.
And you're not in tune. And
they come up with a new nickname for something.
They always coming up with label and stuff, and they beat us to it. And that's why you can come up with a label and label something too. Yeah, you're just as empowered. You're just as smart. You're just as intelligent.
It's not going to be as popular.
He just doesn't have the title. That's the only problem.
And since we're speaking about domestic violence awareness, and we'll just say this, Tori and Meg, I wish y'all the best. And it seems like I can say for Meg, she's on her journey to knowing who she is. Yeah. And this is like we all are, because the stuff she's pulling, maybe at her age, it's cool. She has to live and learn. I heard someone say that strength is wasted on the youth. And I know what they mean, because by the time you figure out what life is all about and you learn from your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
You're much older. You can still move forward. But hell, if I knew at 20 what I knew now, I wouldn't be going through that stuff. But I can say at that age, I was making some dumb decisions. But at the time, it felt right because I had limited experience and information and all that good stuff.
That's true.
They're real young. That's
true.
what we keep forgetting. Like they young.
Well, how young are they? Because to me, real young is like 18, 19, 21, 22.
I think that's what it was. Like, and I don't want to sound like the guy that says things have changed. It's not the same like it is. But I mean, in all actuality, things have changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no guidance anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes, I mean, if your parents are on you, like, then that's different. But when it comes to the world instilling values and making and looking out for the youth, there's none of that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's easy, and with every, being accessible to the internet and stuff, it's so easy to be misled. You know what I'm saying? So
that's very true.
So like you're let's just say, and I don't want to get too deep, Mom, because I don't want to change the subject. But
go ahead. I know how to get back to where I'm trying to go.
Like from the time that you're brought into this world, right? Mm-hmm. Your brain is being shaped. The way you think is being shaped.
Right.
From the words that you're learning, from the concepts, the values that's being instilled in you, from the time that you're put onto this earth. That is, it is what it is, right? You get older, right? You go into school, you go into daycare. They're teaching you how to behave a certain way. They're teaching you how to interact a certain way, X, Y, and Z. And it continues. It never stops. It never stops, right? So when you get to 18, people think, oh, I'm 18 now, I'm getting grown. I'm grown now. No, like you just spent 18 years of being taught an ideal or being of having values instilled in you that's been taught to you by whomever, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you got parents who've been kind of susceptible to the same stuff and they're just teaching you what they've learned, it's bad. So you grow up, you turn 18, you turn 19, you turn 20, you step out into the world, you're influenced by, listen, just because you turn 20, 25, don't mean that you got it together. Like you're
That's
still
true.
influenced. You're still, you're still naive. You haven't experienced life yet. You haven't, you know what I mean? You don't have that experience under your belt. So that's what I mean when I say like they 25, 20 something years old. They just now popping. They just now figuring out what it is to have a lot of money in their bank account. Haven't been taught how to handle that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's different, man.
And I agree with you.
It is different.
And you give the compassion like Trema and her mom was talking about. Mm-hmm. You emulate what you see when you grow up. Right. But we can't still be used because once it's been said, you can't keep still using it as an excuse.
No, yeah, because after a while, the excuse gets old.
It's old. And if all y'all ain't watching, but we telling y'all, it's time out for that. Because when you know better, you do better. And granted, we need to unlearn some things and learn the tools to critically think for ourselves and do the work to reflect on how we came up and how it affected us, what it made us feel, do some really intense work. And granted, they're young, they're in Hollywood, and like that's their life. And they're around a lot of snakes because a lot of people are capitalizing off of people. Well, people still benefiting off of Tory. He's independent, but a lot of people, Meg and Tory, they're taking care of a lot of families just with their gift. And unfortunately, they don't all have people who has their best interests, in my mind, at heart.
Could you imagine that?
What?
Being 25 years old and having so many people around you depending on you, and you're putting money in people, like you're literally providing for so many people around you.
But it's the same thing as if you have like a good job. Say you're not out there in the limelight and you got a lot of money from that. You still have a decent job and you have all these people. It's the same thing. It's hard though. That's a lot on your shoulders at 25.
Not even that though. You're young, right? You're young. And so that means, imagine you being young, you having people about who's older than you, X, Y, and Z, who's looking to you to provide for them, right? When you're in that position, at that point, you're the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's people who's older than you, who's supposed to have influence, you're the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you're the boss, but you don't have the experience.
That's what I'm saying.
And people do manipulate.
That's what I'm saying.
And I've never lived on that level, but just tasting like a piece of that industry, you'll have, and I don't even done it even when I was smoking crack back in the day, right? Something as simple in the hood. When I had money and I could buy my own crack, and people like, oh, she come, we finna get on, right? So I had all these people flocking to me, telling me what I want to hear, just totally manipulating me. And because of where I was or what I was going through, I could have, get caught up into what these people saying. How much, so much so, a 25-year-old and you rolling in millions of dollars, you don't have the experience. And yeah, they're in your camp and they're setting things up for you, but you don't know. And just life is so fast, it's image and you're doing this and her job is to twerk and keep her booty smooth and all of that kind of stuff, and her image. Yeah, and they're doing all of this stuff. So, yeah, and she's a star, and she's being manipulated.
She's definitely being manipulated.
Yeah.
She may not see it that way. She may be like, oh, I'm helping my family. I'm helping this person and that person. They don't have it. They don't got it. Yeah. But after a while, it's like you gotta take care of yourself first. And even if that's, you gotta separate yourself from everybody, then that's what you gotta do.
I can't imagine being that young man and feeding so many families. Like,
yeah, that's a lot.
That means if you stop working, then everybody underneath you, dog, like,
and there you go.
But then it's kind of like, say the injury that she did have had her stopping from being able to work.
It wasn't gonna stop. They would have had her twerking in a wheelchair. Okay?
That's a whole fact.
They would have cut out the back seat of it with a lever.
And you see what happened. Right? You see what happened with Tekashi. Like, he went to prison X, Y, and Z. And you think that stopped him? Nah. He made a whole album called Tattletales. Like, he was gonna flip it. Like, he was gonna make it happen. Yo.
Creative. Wow. These are creative people. We laughing at it, but it's just the nature. You remember the show The 5 Heartbeats when JT and the brother, he ripped this shirt. Dude said, I gotta teach them to use everything they got.
Yeah.
But Yeah, we done hashed that, and I wish the best for Tori and Megan.
We spent 40 minutes on them.
No, but it's a lot in there to unpack. When it comes down to me, I wish
too much to unpack.
I wish them the best. And Megan, I know you're on your journey, honey. You're gonna find yourself, and you're gonna learn. And we all learning. And Tori, just don't be being played. Love yourself, and love yourself and each other. So, yeah, it's really about self-love, and but let's get off of them. And speaking, since it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, because that is domestic violence.
Yes, it's a form. It is a form.
That's just crazy.
Intimate
but
partner
it's part
violence.
Of it.
It's intimate. What about I'm gonna let y'all talk about this. Cardi B and Offset. Like, what's going on? She's off of Twitter. I don't know if she's back on.
It's like it's a cycle.
You never heard about it?
No, heard about what? There's been so much going on with Cardi B.
They got back together.
Oh, no, I don't. It hasn't been officially. I'm saying what I read.
They got back together.
It's alleged.
Imogene, they got back together.
No, I don't know.
They was just on Instagram Live like 2 nights ago, laid up in bed.
They got back together. My favorite couple
well,
is back
here's the official
together.
news, guys. Megan filed. Not Megan's. What's her name? Cardi filed for divorce in September on irreconcilable differences, and so here we are now. Cardi had her 25th or 28th.
She might be older than me.
Her birthday party in Vegas.
Think maybe like 29th or 20 something.
It had to be 28th.
Oh, 28th.
28 or 20. Whatever, however old she is. She had a birthday party in Vegas, and people seen her there with Offset. And but she got off the internet because I guess they was getting in there kissing, whatever. That's her husband. But what's getting me, she said she had to get off because the fans was pressing it too far, like in her business.
I guess that's what fans do, though. Like, they want to see them. I guess they didn't really want to see them break up, but I've done that before, like filed for divorce and then take it back, or even said it like I want a divorce because I'm mad at the person at that time, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more, so I just throw the divorce thing in the air.
You say it to me, you better mean it, because I'm gonna take you seriously.
But I'm like all right, let me take it to another little level.
Judge Gina. Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Let's do it.
No, well, my goal, I try to provoke thought, right? We're at different ages and stages. So, granted, that's her husband. And if she filed for divorce and she want to go back with him, that's fine. I'll deal with the fans later because they need to get a life. Anytime you that far up somebody's butthole, that means you got shit on your face.
It is coronavirus season.
They was literally on their live talking about something. We want to see you kiss again. I said, the guy got nothing better to do. Like,
they don't. They're at home, like going crazy. Like everybody's going crazy at home. So it's like they really don't have nothing else to do.
People saying that Tyler Perry is fine now because he posted a picture. Then somebody posted on Twitter. They was like, yeah, Corona definitely getting to our heads. We calling Tyler Perry fine. I was cracking up.
Now, I'm still on Cardi, though.
No, I know.
And whether they go back together or they kiss, they married. They can do what they want. They can do what they want anyway. I don't think nobody forced them to be in any kind of physical entanglement or whatever. But
entanglement.
Yeah. But when you look, hey, that's a word now. They even using it in politics right now.
It's probably a dictionary. It's going to be in the dictionary now.
It's in there. It's been in there.
No, I mean like the hip hop dictionary. The urban dictionary.
Yeah. Oh, man, I got to see that definition.
You know, black people change the definition of every word.
They do. Hey, they creative like that. Who's calling me?
Yo, this is the second time.
All right, I'm going to turn it off. But,
it's not the government this time, is it?
Word. Courtney is the government, actually.
No. But with Cardi, what concerns me, and we're saying this is domestic violence awareness, we talk about the self and mental health. Rumors, whatever, you live in the limelight, all this stuff be out here. But, like, if you want to be with your husband, that's fine. But we know, I'm not saying Offset is violent with her. I'm not saying they're in domestic violence, but it's this dysfunction because when you're with someone and there's been allegations of cheating and all of this stuff and you on and off because it's... Yo, what is the problem? Because there's some serious stuff. I mean, how long do you keep going? I mean, I'm not attacking. I can't criticize because I've been in situations, but I'm like, yo, Cardi, what's up? And she's like, that's the least thing on my mind, marriage, and it ain't easy for me to go be with somebody and forget all that. That's superficial stuff. I'm saying, yo, Cardi, what's going on with you? If you want to be with your hubby, Offset, and you guys can improve it and work it out, that's fine. But because you get some drinks at a party and whatever takes place and you kissing and you feeling it, yo, you can't forget. You can't forget what happened 2 years ago. Or, when people say, oh, you forgive people and you move on. Yeah, you can forgive them, but you can't forget that Negro was out there getting it in on you. Or that you can't. And then you say, baby, I forgive you, and you come back and you do it again. I'm not saying he did, but there's some dysfunction. So
it's a lot of dysfunction.
I'm trying to work through my dysfunction, and I just see dysfunction, and I'm all in her corner, but I'm like, what's going on with our beautiful people? What's going on, ladies?
Sometimes it's just they don't have the self-love that they have for themselves. Like when I was younger, I can say that I was younger because I'm older now. But when I was younger, I didn't have that self-love for myself to be like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. Like, okay, you hurt me, 17 different times, but I'm going to take you back. Like, when you're younger, you feel like you don't want to be by yourself, so you have to be with somebody even if they make you unhappy. Mm. And once you get off that and be like, no, I can make myself happy. I can do everything myself. And you find your happiness within yourself. You don't need that other person who's dragging you or hurting you or mentally, emotionally just taking all your energy away from you. Once that light turns on, it's like, oh shoot, I don't need this other person. Right.
Yeah.
So maybe she just the light switch just hasn't gone on. She feels like, okay, I was married to him. I have a child by him. So she's stuck in that every day. I don't want to be with somebody else because I have to relearn this new person and all that. So it's easy. It's more of like a comfortability type of thing that she's really doing. So yeah, she may file for divorce and they may get divorced later down the road, but at the end of the day, she's comfortable with him. She doesn't have to change her ways because she's lived with him already.
Right.
Yeah, change is uncomfortable, man. And I feel like a lot of times too, people I guess they get so caught up in hoping that someone changes. You know what I'm saying? And you see that so often.
It's like that fairy tale.
Yeah, you see that so much.
He's gonna change.
In relationships, it's like a lot of times people not even in love with a person. They're in love with the idea of a person.
Being in love.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I've been there before.
That's my thing was I didn't want to be alone because I saw my mom grow up as a single mom. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be by myself. I'm always going to have a person.
Exactly.
But that person wasn't the right person.
Yeah.
And I was more miserable with that person than just being by myself and working through it until I found the right person.
Yeah, and you can't change people. It was a quote saying, when someone shows you their true stripes or their stripes, don't try to repaint them. You know what I'm saying? Like, a zebra is a zebra.
All day long. And I relate on so many levels.
I did that right. First of all, I'm well spoken.
Don't say articulate because that's over whatever. But no, I agree with you all. And I agree with everything you're saying. She's on her journey as well.
Yeah. I guess once everybody hits 30, then they'll be okay, mostly.
I'm just concerned. Well, they say I'm ignorant anyway, that I can't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're at 48:31. It's at that point right now. Go ahead.
Okay. No, but my thing is, and I get it, everybody's on their journey. I just think a lot of things, I think we all should have learned a whole lot in the last 6 months. I think our learning should have elevated exponentially just with what's going on in the world. Word. And so we're 2020, and what may have taken 5 years to learn prior, just the last, since March?
8 months.
Yo, we should be ahead of the curve.
This has been a long year.
We should, but I feel like a lot of people dumbed themselves down being home.
I just think, I don't even know if they consciously dumb themselves down. I think maybe the fog or whatever has people that we not taking the time to just really think.
And that's what it comes down to. Let me tell you something.
And I mean, everybody's distressed. I'm distressed, trying to keep it together, doing what's happening right now. And come on, I'm a woman trainer, so I love everybody. And I can't say nothing. But if I know you in a situation, and maybe because I'm older, and I can't say I know it ain't going to work, but all the signs is there. I can't say nothing to you, right?
Right.
I just can't because that's not my place.
And I might not receive it at the time that I'm in my life space. I may not receive what you have to tell me because it's like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
And I'm not going to tell you me, but I'm just saying, I just think about, then you get to be 40, 50 years old. But, that's here, neither there. I wish Cardi the best. I just want, she's beautiful. And if her and her husband can make it, I would just like to see them grow, and because it does start with self-love. Because when I'm loving me, when I really address all the crap with me, I'm not going to give you crap. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying?
So there's stuff that he has to deal with probably too. His self-love is not where it should be to love his own wife. Word. So it's like, let's get to that.
I just think it's cool when she be on Instagram live eating crab legs. That's it.
Who? Yeah, you like her?
Yeah,
she like it. So anyway, so we have mental health issues, y'all, and is it time for us to go? We got to go already.
No, one of our SD. Let's be real raw, ain't we? One of our SD cards
is full.
Nothing filled up.
But so do I have time to?
So you don't have a close up right now. It's cool. Does she have a? Oh, I don't. Excuse me.
I guess she told you.
No close up. It's okay though.
Be your own people, boy.
It's a lot going on, and we're talking about stuff. At the end of the day, it's just like love yourself. Let's get it together. And voting, y'all know voting is here, and there's a lot of voter suppression going on. Yes. Y'all president who looked like he on meds. They look like they gave him some medication.
I started watching it because I was late. I started watching it not too long ago. Actually, today, I'm not going to lie. He was on meds. They had him drugged up. He was slurring he was dragging his words a little bit. I said, he is way too calm right now.
But you know, that's good because apparently, if that's the case, allegedly, he seemed like it. He listening to people. But I think I ain't going to get into that political stuff. At the end of the day, no matter what happens in this election, whatever the outcome is, our sole responsibility is to manage ourselves. Right. Physically, mentally, psychologically. Whatever happens, you know, we got to know what we can have control over. But get out there and vote and drop your stuff at the voter registration if you can. That's the best way to do it. Because like y'all president, Mr. Trump has put the narrative out there that, in North Carolina, people, mail them in and then go to the polls. That's fraud. Stuff ended up in the garbage can, like all kind of stuff. People are waiting for hours. People are getting threats. They got robots online that's sending messages that are counter to what the truth is. Because they're counting on the black vote. And especially a lot of younger people. That's a whole nother thing. With the young people don't want to vote. They don't want to vote for Biden.
I'm going out.
And I don't, I'm just saying.
We need to just start over.
Just vote, y'all. Just vote.
We need to wipe both of them out.
The whole world might be coming to an end.
Hold on. Let me clarify. When I say wipe them out, I don't mean physically harming any one of them because I don't know if the feds is watching. I need to be clear. I don't need Secret Service knocking on my door.
Wipe them out your mind. I think that's everybody's challenge.
It is everyone's challenge. Like, I'm not happy. Like, I'm happy about Biden, but I'm not really happy about it. I would rather Trump not be there. I'm just not happy with either one, but it's like I'd rather have Biden in there than Trump right now. At least he'll listen to us more as a race, hopefully.
And speaking of listening, because they tell us, make them demand your vote. What's her name? Lisa Minchie. Who's running for senator here in Kingston?
Hinchy.
Her name is
last
Hinchy.
name's Hinchy, right?
Let me see what so I don't want to butcher the lady's name up.
You're just telling the world where we live.
Yeah, we're in New York. But I just say it because I do try to practice what I'm preaching, but basically the narrative is the way you get involved on a local level. Instead of just casting your vote, you demand stuff. And I know there's a lot of social justice organizations and they push a narrative. Oh, healthcare, education. That's very vague.
Very vague.
Specifically, so I reached out to this Hinchy lady. I don't know your name, madam. But she's running for senator.
You gotta chill.
And she had this contact form and boxes of how you can help her. Mm-hmm. And you can help her check this box for this, check this. And then she had a block called other. And I checked the box, said other. And then in it, I guess I was supposed to say another area where I wanted to help her. But I asked her, I said, I want to know what you're going to do about these racial issues. I said specifically, what are you going to do about kids of color and black with their education when it's obvious that they're lagging behind? And I asked her, what are you going to do about racial profiling? Because I just got stopped a couple of weeks ago. So I put that out there. I haven't heard from her. And I'm not a big popular leader figure. But if I know the way it works, because I work with people's campaigns, she's probably on Google. Who is this Imogene lady? I'm Imogene with the Perfectly Incomplete podcast. I'm real. I'm raw. And I want to know if you want my vote to answer my question. You have over a week to email me back. And I'm going to email you when I get off of this. I meant to do it before I got on here, right?
I'll get to it.
So, well, I hope she will. But
I hope so too, because I want to know.
I'm just saying, I'm just one person doing that. But if she don't respond to me, I'm going to blast it like I'm saying it now. I sent this lady an email. I'm expecting a response. I want an answer of what your plan is. And if you don't have one, let's schedule a meeting where you can meet with some people from school here and let's craft something instead of some organization pushing an agenda. So I'm just saying, if I say, you guys, you should do this, I'm telling you, I do what I suggest other people should do and hold people accountable. And it was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. I'm getting old as hell.
That's bad, man.
It is bad. What was I going to say, Trina?
Trina just ain't no help. She ain't even trying to help you.
So I'm listening. I'm like, if she don't.
She what you said.
What you said.
If she don't write back, she going to be talked about. I know that much.
No, and I'm going to make noise. And if some people in Kingston, that's what I meant to say. Here, like you have social justice organizations and they push an agenda. Y'all can take this how you want to take it. Yeah. That's why I say on an individual level, you have to educate yourself because you may be with this group and this group, and they may push, just healthcare or the minimum wage, but you're still not addressing those issues that are affecting you as a person of color.
Right now.
And honestly, it ain't about racism. The realness is Black people, brown people, I don't care. I love white people. I love all people. But a person outside of your race, a white person is not going to push and fight for you the way you're going to fight for yourself. So at the end of the day, step up to the plate, do what you got to do, educate yourself, and what you got to lose, your life. Hell, we losing that anyway. This ain't no quality of life how we living.
Well, why you punching your hand and stuff?
No, because I get hyped. I get hyped. But I'm done.
It's okay.
I'm done. I'm out of here, okay?
Trima, of course
November
you say
3rd.
it's okay.
Remember to vote.
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
And don't forget
which is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, y'all.
It's a Tuesday, November 3rd. Get up, go vote.
Yeah, go vote.
Don't be lazy. Get your mask.
And whatever happens, happens. My prayer is that all of us, it don't really matter who wins or loses. I still think God is in control.
Right.
But we do the work and have faith. But at the end of the day, whoever wins, still keep eating. Try to eat healthy. Get your rest. Take showers.
I want Trump to win. I just don't want him.
You want Trump to win?
I said I just don't want him.
So what if he does win? That's not the end of your life.
At least if he win, okay. Say if he does win,
don't want him.
I wouldn't want him to win, but that's 4 years. Then once he's done, he's done. He can't go. We can't go back and re-vote for him again. So
at least come up with some new stuff.
Oh God! If he comes up with new stuff, then I'm in trouble with this whole segment. You can come back later, the 4 years, and be like, "See what you said? You done messed it all up."
You're the reason that he changed the rules, Train, because he saw the purpose.
Because he ain't watching.
If he's watching that, oh man! If he's watching this, I would be shocked.
I wouldn't, because we're just great like that. It may take a minute, but it may be getting around. Hey, don't shoot us like that.
I'm not shooting us down, but I'm just saying, like,
that's right.
I feel like he wouldn't watch something like that. He is so dumb.
He's above this.
Maybe he's watching it to educate himself.
Nah, I don't know what he's doing. But I still say everybody has, you vote for who you want to vote. Where I am now, do I have a preference for a candidate? Whatever. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know who's going to win. But whoever wins, whether I'm happy or disappointed, we still got to keep ourselves intact. What we going to do, go kill ourselves? And go commit suicide?
Nah, we're going to inject bleach in ourselves.
Nah, I ain't injecting no bleach in myself.
I'm not doing that either.
So, but what I'm saying, at the end of the day, Trima, we still got to keep pushing forward. We've made it through the last 3 or whatever. And
if he comes back and he wins again, we'll just get through the 4 years. We know how to survive. Well, we know how to survive. Us people know how to survive.
Yeah. So y'all, it's been good talking to you all, Trima and Alex and Mary. Mary, what you think about this, Mary?
Yo, how you just calling people off the podcast to be on the podcast? You want to give her a mic?
Because she's a part of the crew.
I'm going to give her my mic.
She's a part of it.
About which part?
Anything. I mean, any other, I don't know. Your voice counts, honey. You matter.
Yeah.
White lives matter. White lives matter. White lives matter.
Hey, don't say that. We might get in trouble.
What?
Yeah, I don't think
Black Lives Matter.
That's up for dispute.
I don't think black people take too kind. I'm joking.
I don't care.
Yeah, voting is important. You should definitely vote.
Really?
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know that Mary is white who kick it with a bunch of black people. Yo, she's one of us. We inducted her.
I don't know what I can say to that.
It's not about the color. It's about,
really not.
It's about the spirit.
We all bleed red, even the
Absolutely.
presidents of this United States.
Donald
bleeds
Trump does not.
orange.
He don't bleed red.
He don't bleed. He
orange.
bleeds
He's from
orange.
another
I know
planet.
he on them meds now. I bet you he enjoying them highs,
That man
huh?
high as a
He
kite,
was fired
boy.
up last night, okay?
That man said, no. This way he said on him, he said, no, I have to respond to that. I said, yo, my boy is on cloud 16 right now, boy.
Yeah, but everything is everything. We're gonna be all right, and I try to encourage you. I try to encourage me.
Yeah.
That we just gotta hang in there and do the best we can do. But I believe we gotta have a spiritual basis to have some faith because that's what's gonna get us through this thing. You know.
Yes.
So it's been real talking
we gotta
to you.
go, man.
It's been
We gotta
real.
go. Episode 30. Listen, if you guys like us, can I say subscribe or can I not say that?
Hit the
You can say what you wanna
subscribe
say.
button.
Yes,
Tell them to hit the subscribe button.
You tell them.
Y'all
I gotta
thirsty for
say it.
clout. Look at y'all clout chasing.
No, we're not
How's that
thirsty
clout
for
chasing?
clout.
It's just would be
I
respectful
was
to
being shady.
hit the
I'ma cut that out.
subscribe button.
Yeah, if you guys like what
that
we're
up.
putting down and we're perfecting our incompleteness. So we try
Yes.
to get better all the time so you don't miss an episode. Hey, join the party, subscribe, be a part of the family because we are fam. We're building
we have
community.
fun on here, so
We do.
we have a lot of fun.
And we care.
And we
it's
be acting ignorant sometimes.
so we
like to.
could be acting
Well,
if
we
we
not
want to.
perfect. We don't have to be perfect.
Word.
So
We
just
still
join.
we still black, yo. We gonna.
What is that? It has
What
nothing
does
to do
that
with
have
that.
to do with
You
it?
know what I'm saying? You know how our culture are. Like you know what I'm saying? We like to have a good time.
If
Yeah.
they like us, they like us. Whatever.
And that's all we got. Really, this moment, all the uncertainty, let's just try to be in the moment and make the best of today. And the connectedness, we need that. So I look forward to showing up here with y'all. I'll be like,
Really?
yeah,
Me
I really do.
Me too.
You know,
Yo,
and
we're
then
gonna have to get Judge Gina a spotlight or something because she been in her bag lately, man.
what's
I think
going
it's the
on?
outfit.
Nah, it's the
It's the
outfit,
boots,
yo. We
baby.
can't tell her nothing, boy.
I love my new boots,
She
guys.
just came back from a trip. You can't tell her nothing, boy. She blowing.
I did. I went to see my
Yeah, I know.
me and my schoolmate was hanging out and we had a great time and
That's good.
I had to go way out of state to get a pair of red boots. But we had a good time. She
They're
made
cute,
me
though.
crab
That
boil.
ain't
She
bougie. I
cooked
don't
for
know what to
me
tell
and
you.
I had filet mignon, all of that bougie stuff. I could have just went for like a peanut butter and I was like, look, I didn't come here to work. You know what I'm saying? She brung her whole kitchen, okay? She had...
Whenever somebody talk about humility, they instantly go to peanut butter and jelly. Yo, rich people eat peanut butter and jelly, yo.
I love peanut butter on toast. I don't know what you're talking about. I toast my bread.
You know what I like? I like peanut butter and bananas.
Ew, somebody
No,
else
it's
said
time to
they
go.
like that.
It's really good.
Go.
I gotta try that.
It's really good. Like you have to try it first. You have to try it before
heard
you say
somebody
no.
else say
It's
that.
really,
Nah, it
really
probably
good.
is good. I don't.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
eat just
y'all, we
about
out of
anything.
here. Okay.
But what if we don't want to go?
Well, let's go for it.
Let's ask the people how their day was, yo.
Well, they don't
Yeah,
tell
like
us.
what?
You know, we're gonna do it like Dora the Explorer did. You be like, "Do you see the green hill?" And then pause and wait for somebody to answer. So here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Everybody, how was your day today? All right, yeah, it's time to go. We bugging.
No, and I guess when we do this for the people, Alex, this ain't for
We
us.
do it for us. I ended up doing laundry today. I'm gonna answer your question.
Yeah, but I hope everybody's
Thanks,
doing
Trey.
and good. And I know
I
they're
appreciate
doing
it.
good because they're watching. And so I do got a connection with them. Every time they show
Yeah.
up, I appreciate it. I know they're doing good. And they're going to make it survival of the fittest, right? So if I don't even care if they're here to criticize and stuff. Just keep, like they tell you in AA, just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. Because
Yeah.
it gets better.
Just keep
you know?
coming back.
I'm making editing so bad for both me and Mary right now. She's like, yo, shut up. All right, we out of here, man.
All right, guys. Hey, God bless you. Keep doing you. Hang in there. Go vote. Go vote. And if you can drop your ballot off at the voters registration office, that's your best way to do that. And just when you vote, you've done your part. You trust God.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is going to be all right. It's not what happens and we all struggling. And I'm saying this junk like I got it together. I'd be getting home, something happened. I'd be like, oh my God, you know. But it is what it is. We keep on pushing. You keep on pressing. You got this. You got this. You're more than enough. You all of that. And we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
We're gonna be all right.
Shouts out to Zach, Allie, Shane, and Kat at Nissan too, y'all. In Easton.
Shouts out to Nissan, y'all. I'm going to come in there. Can y'all hook me up with a car?
You just got
Okay, let's get out of here. They don't want to leave. All right, y'all. Deuces. I love you guys. Blessings of peace and love.